The Associated Press is getting criticized for the way that they transcribed President Obama's speech to the Congressional Black Caucus. Apparently, the transcript of it dropped the G's in the end of certain words. So just to give you an example.
I'm supposing.
Yeah, supposed, right. So he said, take off your bedroom slippers, put on your marching shoes, shake it off, stop complaining, stop grumbling, stop crying. We're going to press on.
Who's complaining that it was racist?
They're complaining.
They're complaining, yes. African-American author by the name of Karen Hunter. She's saying that it was inherently racist.
I understand what she's saying, but I think in this case that the dropping of the G's was so much a part of what he did that if you're going to transcribe it correctly, you're not doing it justice.
Right. I actually agree with you 100% on that. I don't think that it was inherently racist. Mark Smith is the person who filed the story, and he said, look, by making it grammatically correct, it would take away from his speech. It would take away from the way he was trying to convey the message.
It's a thing that you worry about when you're writing in journalism in general, like when people speak grammatically incorrectly, what do you correct it when writing? Some people do, some don't. I don't know what the current policies are at various newsrooms, but you know, and then if you constantly sort of correct speech that's seen as a vernacular of a certain racial group, then are you embracing that group, or are you sort of covering up for? But, you know, but if it's part of the talk, I think you include it.
Right. And the other thing is, I think we're used to hearing this erudite president that we have speak in normal tones and with normal grammar, and when he slips into a mode that he was in, I think it all registered with all of us. So saying that on paper and saying it and seeing it in video is important.
Yeah. When you correct it, is use your head, use some good judgment.
And he did that for emphasis, and he did that for connection, and it worked. And and also when you go further, this woman Hunter, Karen Hunter, she said, I teach a journalism class and I tell my students to fix people's grammar because you don't want them to sound ignorant, just what Ben was saying. For them to do that, it's code, and I don't like it. I don't think this was code. I think this was very, very different.
She's onto a relevant point, just not in this case.
Not here, yeah.
All right, and by the way, just a quick note, the AP Style Guide says that you should correct grammar in almost all instances unless there's a point to not fix the grammar, as in the case of President Obama. Right. You want to show how they were conveying the message.